Hello, everybody, and welcome. Sneak peek. This is the room that I just finished. Maybe gives you an idea of what this room is going to be used for. Let's get this thing here out of my way. All right, so right now we're doing an update on Dad. So let me get my seat adjusted here. There we go. All right. So normally I know you guys don't like the sitting and talking videos, but that's what we're going to do today. So to give you a little bit of update, today is Thursday. Let me tell you the date, May the 26th. On Sunday night, Dad had a stroke. When he got up in the morning, Monday morning, about a year ago he had a stroke and he lost about 50% of his eyesight. And I'll get into that here in a little bit, and I'll explain to you. I keep hitting the desk with my knee, making everybody shake. So he lost about 50% of his eyesight a year ago. No strokes, no nothing that we know of until Sunday night. When he got up, he lost about another 80. Well, another 30, which makes it about 80%. He could see just spots and splotches, which we'll get to here in a minute. We now know why. Well, it's caused by the stroke, but we know exactly why. Okay, so Monday morning, before calling me, he called his doctor. And his doctor said, you need to go to the hospital. So he called an ambulance on his own. I didn't know anything about it. I was still sound asleep at my house. Ambulance came, checked him out, said his vitals were good and everything. And if he had a stroke, he's already had it. And there's nothing, no preventative that they can do. Well, his doctor set him up a doctor's appointment. This was, I don't know exactly what time, maybe 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10. He had an appointment with his doctor at 1 or 1:30. So he decided not to go to the hospital in the ambulance, called the doctor, told her that he had an appointment, he's going to go to the appointment. He called me, then he told me. He said that he thinks that he had a stroke. Of course, I asked him, what makes you think that? And it was just his eyesight. I said, well, that may not have been a stroke. It could have been, something happened to your eyes or something. We don't know yet. If you didn't feel like you had a stroke, then perhaps maybe you didn't. So we went to see his doctor at 1:32, whatever time it was. This would have been Monday. So the doctor, at first, even the nurse said, well, if you go to the hospital now, there's really nothing they can do for you. You've already had the stroke. Once you've had it, you've had it. If it was a stroke, they didn't even know. That's what his doctor said at first when she come in the room. The nurse had already told us that. And then the doctor decided to call the neurologist up in Lima. And apparently the neurologist told her, no, he needs to go to the hospital. So now she come back and changed her tune a little bit and said, we recommend you go to the hospital. Well, when we left, he said, okay. And then him and I got to talking about it, and it could have been some of my fault too. I mean, I was listening to what the doctor said at the first time, and the nurse had said, if you've had a stroke, it's already happened. So anyways, by now we have a neurologist appointment. And I thought that his neurologist could tell him what to do. So he didn't end up going to the hospital. So he didn't feel bad other than his eyesight. He was maintaining everything. He could still walk. He was talking. He was thinking. So he was maintaining. Tuesday night, is that correct? I'm sorry, no, Monday night. We don't know if he had yet another stroke or if he just progressively got worse from the first stroke. We still don't know the answer to that. So Monday morning or Tuesday morning, yeah, I do believe it's Tuesday morning, roughly about 8 o'clock in the morning, I took him to the hospital. We went to the hospital. We went to our local hospital, which we don't have a neurologist or anything of that nature. They can do some of the testing, but not all the testing. And so they did what they could do. They said, we feel like you had a stroke. Then they did a CAT scan. They did all kinds of x-rays and stuff on him. And yes, you had a stroke. We are going to send you to St. Rita's in Lima, Ohio. We're going to transport you. So I had already come back home, got things taken care of, went back up there with him. And that's when they were transporting him. So now he is in St. Rita's in Lima. This would have been Tuesday. They left the hospital here at about 6 o'clock. So by about 7 p.m., he was already in his room. They would already scheduled tests for the next morning, made sure that he was stable and everything. He was, he was talking. He called me, this and that and whatnot. So, everything looked okay. I talked to the nurses. The nurses said he's stable. We have a bunch of tests in the morning, which would have been Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning rolls around. He goes in. He gets a I don't know, a CT, a CTA or something. I can't remember what all it was. Several tests done. Sure enough, he's had a stroke. Now they know why he can't explain his eyesight. It's not jumpy, but it's like blotchy. It's like no eyesight here, no eyesight here, eyesight here. And he couldn't explain that before, and none of the doctors understood. The neurologist told us that where the stroke was in a part of his brain, I'm sorry, I don't remember the terminology for it, that has cut off both eyes, the left side of his vision on both eyes. So each eye has a right side and a left side and a left side that go up to your brain, that your brain controls it. So he's lost the left on both eyes, which makes it why he can see not, or however it goes for him. So while I was there today, I talked to the surgeon. They're going to do another test on him in the morning. They did the Doppler or whatever they do on the veins on his neck. The right side is 100% closed that they can tell. Left side is 50% closed. 50% closed, they're not going to do anything about it. A year ago, this was only 70% closed. Now it's 100% that they can tell. So the test that they're going to run in the morning, which will be Thursday. No, I'm sorry, today is Thursday. Friday, and you guys are going to not see this until the weekend, so Friday, tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, they're going to go up from his groin, up through his artery, to the right side of his neck, and they're going to see to make sure that it's 100% closed. It'll be like a camera. It's not a bad surgery, or it's actually like an exploratory surgery. It's real quick. I've had it done for my heart. You don't even feel it. You're wide awake for it. Had to sign a bunch of consent forms. So if it's 100% closed, they have him on medicines right now that can, I don't want to say disperse the blockage, but it can break the blockage up to where it won't break up on its own and cause him to have another stroke. And it can help clean it out. Now, if they go up there and it's 100% closed, that's all they can do for him right now. Maybe once that medicine worked for a long time, maybe a month, maybe a week, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, I don't know how long, then maybe they can do that again and find out, okay, now we have room. Now, if it's not 100% clogged, then they have options to be able to go in there and do surgery, clean it out, or put a stent in. And the stent will go in and go up against the blockage, widen it, and allow the blockage not to go up and cause him to have a stroke. I did ask the surgeon today about his eyesight. Will it return? And he's pretty confident that it will. It won't go back to 100% good. It will probably go back the way it was Sunday, which is about 50%, which he can still care for himself. He can even still drive locally, not long distance or anything, but local. And they're pretty confident that that'll happen. They're pretty confident that he's going to be okay now. He's still in the hospital. He's been in there, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's be the third day, second hospital. We don't know if they can go in tomorrow and put a stent in. They want him to do rehab because he's gotten weak and he's a little woozy when he walks. And of course, it's hard with his eyesight. Not sure what's going to happen there, but there's a chance he could come home tomorrow. There's a chance he could stay in there for another week. He's in good enough spirits that he doesn't want to stay in there. They keep talking about like a month or two of rehab and keeping him in there. And he's like, no. But if he could get good rehab in a week or something, he's in good enough spirits that he says, I want to do that. So there's a lot of hope for him. I think he's going to be fine. I'm worried about him being in the hospital, but after talking to the surgeon and several nurses, well, I think I've talked to 2 or 3 surgeons, and I don't know how many nurses. They're probably more than I can count on one hand. And they're all confident that he will regain some of his sight. They're confident that he's going to be okay. And they're confident that they're doing the best that they can for him. And they're not worried, so I'm not worried. I worry about him being in there just because he's bored to death. He can't see hardly, so he has a smartphone, but he doesn't know how to use it. He dials a number and calls. That's it. He don't know how to play games or anything like that. But he can't even see the TV. He can listen to it, and that's about it. So he's bored, very, very, very bored. So that's what I worry about. I just hope that he'll stay in there long enough to get treated. He said the food's really nasty. So when I go up tomorrow to see him, I will probably call and see if they'll let me take him something, which I think they will, because he's on no restrictions. They do have him on an IV, and I think it's the medicine that's going to try to clear that artery out, or maybe both arteries, I don't know. But that's it. He can actually, with the help of a nurse, he can actually get up and go to the bathroom. He's in a private room. He has his own bathroom. They have to help him because basically he can get himself to the bathroom. He just can't get himself, and I don't know, he calls it a monster, that IV thing. He can't do all of that at once. So they help him do that. So he's getting up and walking around. He did do rehab today. He got up and did some walking around, something about maneuvering through some cones and stuff. So he is doing that. So very hopeful. I'm not scared now. I don't think they've told me anything else. I won't really know anything until they're going to do this at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm probably going to about 11. I'm going to call, see what happened, then I'll go up there. I can't think of any other information that I could give you other than he's doing well. We had a great visit today. He's called me, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5, 6 times today. I've called the nurses, just about every 3 hours. They're super nice. I told them, I said, hold on, I think a mosquito on the wall over here. I told them, I said, if I bug you, just let me know. And they're like, oh, no, that's what we're here for. I seem to be rolling this way. All right. So anyways, you get a little sneak peek of the room. You get a good update on Dad. And it's late at night. I've already been to see him. I'm back now, working on another little project. Thought I would stop and make this video for you guys, kind of keep you guys informed, your family. Let's see, update on the room, update on Dad. Well, not an update on the room, just kind of a sneak peek. I don't think there's anything else that I need to talk about. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And I'll see you on the next video or the next live stream. And please, please, please be safe. We'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Go ahead and put this back up there where it goes. Bye.